Welcome to Let's Watch. Today I am going to explain a comedy drama fantasy movie named I Shrunk My Teacher. Be ready for spoilers ahead. The movie starts with Felix, a young boy previously expelled from many schools due to his behavior, preparing for his first day at a new school, which is the last school in his neighborhood that can accept him. After getting lost in the old, unused classroom of the building, they make their way to the principal's office. The principal tells Felix that he can pass the probation period but should improve himself. After sending Felix to 5B, she is confronted by school inspector seeming reluctant to talk to her. Felix's dad advises that if Felix is scared of the principal, he should imagine her wearing funny costumes so he would not be scared of her anymore. Felix enters classroom and introduces himself to a boy playing with a drone, Mario, and his gang. Principal enters the classroom soon after and instructs Felix to sit next to Ella and begins the maths lesson. After class, Mario and his gang also approached Felix, explaining that if Felix wants to join the gang, he must complete 3 dares. The first being breaking into an old teacher's room after dark. Felix hesitant and leaves. However, he keeps thinking about it and decides to jump out of his window and go back to the school after dark. The schoolkeeper heads home while talking to an unseen figure. Felix, Mario, Robert, and Chris, who witnessed schoolkeeper, deduce that he is talking to a ghost, a former school principal who mysteriously disappeared. Felix breaks through and makes his way to the old teacher's room. Turns out the room is full of foreign treasures with a prominent painting of an old man who is Otto Leonard himself hanging on the wall. In front of the painting is an interesting bowl inside a concave container which Felix takes. He is not aware that the eyes of the painting can move. He waves at the window, signaling Mario and his gang to come with him. However, principal notices the sound Felix made. She gets curious, then follows the source of the sound. She catches Felix, scolds him, and tells him his probation is over and he is expelled from the school. She also realizes Felix is hiding something and demands it back, which is the bowl. After putting the bowl back into the place, she continues scolding Felix, but Felix closes his eyes and imagines her in a ridiculous situation as his father advised. The ball magically spins on its own, slowly at first, but getting faster until the container produces a bright spark. Felix opens his eyes, puzzled because principal seems to be mysteriously disappear. Turns out she has shrunk to a very small size and she's confused as well. She panics as Mario and his gang comes into the room and hide inside Felix's backpack carried home by Felix. The next morning, Felix, shocked to find principal on his bedside table. He explains that the last night he wished her to be small so he would not be scared of her scolding him. He then attempts to wish her back to the normal size again while making breakfast, but it does not work. He tries to hide principal from his father by putting her inside a sandwich and quickly rushes to the school. At school, inspector heading a company is seen bringing guests into the old teacher's room. The guest is a wealthy family with twin girls. He plans to convert the old teacher's room to a parents' club and throws all the treasures left by Otto. The twin girls inspect the magic ball when it suddenly bursts fire. Inspector uses a fire extinguisher that releases foam to all the family. At the door, Felix wants to get in but is surprised to see people already in the room. Principal gets angry at the scene and instructs Felix to confront inspector, having bringing a message from her that he has no premises at the school. He replies that the Mario and his son is about to move out from the school and the school will be closed because it lacks enough students. The guests then leave the room. Felix asks principal what is going on. She explains that the school will be closed and reopened as a elite school. Felix argues that she is only one student short and the school will be saved from closure if she admits him. She refuses, still complying with the rules that Felix must pass his exam and probation period, realizing that his principal actually needs him. Felix demands her to help him in his maths exam by putting her inside his pencil case. He promises to return to her normal size again after she helps them during the math exam. Mario gives him the second year, which is for Felix to do all his and his gang's exams. After school, he talks again near the school exit, unaware that Ella is secretly watching him. She gets suspicious of his behavior from the exam. She follows him on his way home. He falls while riding his skateboard, and Ella discovers that Felix is helping principal to restore her to normal height again. They go to the old teacher's room and try to reconstruct last night's situation, but to no avail. Felix realizes the magic has something to do with the mysterious ball. Principal explains that she might have an explanation for the magic ball at her home, and she loves collecting old books and manuscript. Meanwhile, in the Mario's home, Inspector discovers that the school admits one more student, and his plan to close the school might be unsuccessful. He wants to make an offer with principal and quickly leaves. In principal's office, Felix and Ella discover that the ball can be opened and contains ashes. It suddenly shows a hologram record of Otto Leonard making a magic to transfer his spirit to the school building. They deduce that the school is not haunted. This spirit protects anyone who dares to harm or degrade the school in any means. That is why the attempts to make principal return to her normal size is unsuccessful, because she has done nothing to prevent the school from being closed. After talking with Felix and Ella, she also realizes that she is hated by almost all of the students and other school stakeholders. The next day, Felix and Ella design a plan for the school that he wanted to make learning at school to be fun, just like a playground. Their old map showing underground rooms which each represents a subject such as a math and geography. Principal rejects the idea that learning can be fun at school. The math exam results come out and Felix surprisingly got a D. Mario and his gang all got E. Frustrated, Mario confronts Felix and takes Felix's possessions, including principal, inside the bag. Felix and Ella go into Mario's house to retrieve principal. With their clever plan, they successfully retrieve principal and escape from Mario. They quickly head back to the school to stop the conference which decides school's closure. At the school, Inspector concludes the school must be closed, which is met by a shock from all the teachers. Felix interrupts the meeting, delivers the letter of his acceptance which has just been signed by the principal. However, Inspector is not sure if it is truly principal who signed the letter, then tears into pieces. He argues that principal has long abandoned the school fate. He presents principal's successful application in the school authority. Felix and the teachers are shocked. Then Inspector leaves. However, when he passes through the old school's room, he meets principal, then he shrink as well. The floor underneath opens up and they both fall in the deep. Meanwhile, Felix is still disappointed about the situation, refuses to help Ella to find principal and leaves. Ella single-handedly attempts to save principal, heads to the basement and discovers a passage, but she is caught by Mario and his gang. At home, Felix realizes he should not leave anyone hanging, so he goes back to the school to find out. He meets Mario and his gang and tries to explain what is at stake. Ella presents an auto record which he takes at Mario's home, showing that the Mario admits the school will be closed and transferred into an elite school and only elite kids will be admitted. Robert and Chris, not coming from an elite family, are disappointed and decide to join Ella and Felix. They discover the secret passage in the basement and are about to go inside as Mario returns and joins them, and he is worried about his missing dad. Turns out principal and inspector are trapped inside a room with the school cat threatening them. The secret passage first leads to the geography room. Felix and gang solve the geography riddle. The door to the next room opens. The next room is math. Then they work together again to open the next door. Through the pipe, Felix communicates with the principal and confronts her about her application at the school authority. Principal admits that she applied a long time ago before the school is about to be closed. After solving the math puzzle, they successfully save principal and inspector, then head back to the old teacher's room. After vowing to not close the school, principal and inspector return to their normal size. The school is reopened, the secret learning playground is discovered and revamped, and Felix is finally accepted into the school. That's all from it. If you liked this video, then do subscribe to our channel and head over to watch other videos as well.